We are at the oldest continually operating stadium in the NFL as you get a look inside Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. We all know this community lives for its Packers, and the green and gold came out of the tunnel a short time ago, and it was loud. We are ready for football, so are they, as the Packers get set to match up with Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons. 2-1-2 teams, each hoping to get back to 500, and we're underway in Week 4. Taken in the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
At their own 22-yard line.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know. Let's go! Let's go! Ready for me! Ready! Pick it up, defense.
The first carry now. This is Hill. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
At the 21-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Ryan. Open man is Kendrick Bourne. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. They'll run for it with Hill. Oh, and I think he went backward. He did. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now it's Rodgers. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line.
Okay, partner, a couple points of interest right here, all right? Offensively, we see that they came out throwing the football, but maybe more importantly, the blitz that came defensively, they got right after him.
And you were telling me pregame before we came on air, you think this is something we could see a lot.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it, because this is a unit that wants to play the game on their terms.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. Caught the defense off guard there a bit on 2nd and long, but now you still have to deal with 3rd and long.
Yeah, you do, but you feel pretty good about the last play, don't you? And maybe it gives you a little bit of confidence dialing up the next one, that maybe your team will believe in it when you send it in.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Go to 50. Hey, you block over here. Right there. 54. Right there. Right there. 54 Mike. It's a party now. It's a party now. Mike's party.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. That's complete to Lazard. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
A 46-yard attempt.
And the 13-year man puts it through. And the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead.
Packers 3.
In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
Factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
1-yard gain.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Gain of 10.
It's a first down on a gain of 10. They'll run with Hill. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there. Throwing on 2nd down, Ryan. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Kendrick Bourne, the intended receiver. And now it's 3rd down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either. Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again. Just like last week, each game is its own entity, treated as such. On 3rd down, Ryan. That's caught over the middle by Hurst. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. It's a gain of 16, first down Falcons.
And the Falcon first down.
Back to the ground, it's Hill. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive. Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Ryan. Oh, it's intercepted. He was trying to get it to Ridley. Picked off near the 34. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. So they elect to decline it. And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that. They come up with exactly 1 minute to go in this first quarter. On the ground, this is Kamara. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On 2nd and 7, Rodgers escaping the pressure right. And he's going to keep it here. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
The tackle made by Dante Fowler. It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 5.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Packers 3. Falcons nothing.
And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on 3rd. Rodgers going to throw. And almost picked off.
Rodgers.
I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. It'll be called just a 22-yard punt. Certainly not what he wanted. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10.
17-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field. Certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot. Great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
Yeah, turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now it's Ryan. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
3rd down.
From the shotgun, Ryan. It's caught. Jones. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Ryan to Jones, the Falcon connection there for a first.
Catch there by Julio Jones. And let's face it, we're almost running out of ways to say he's great. So let's put it into this context. 3rd among active players in receiving yards, starting 2020, just 852 yards behind tight end Jason Witten.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Ryan. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. There he goes, left side. And they're into the end zone, but it's not verified yet. Hold on, there is a flag down. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Now Hill. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Now we're at the 41, 2nd and 9. Here's Hill. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. From the gun, Ryan. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46 and to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
At the 43-yard line.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. This is caught inside the 15. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. It's a gain of 34.
But they didn't ease into that drive right out of the turnover. They go for the big shot downfield and hit it. A lot of teams have that opportunity, but not every coach is going to green light that type of a play call. I love their aggressiveness.
Watch twins. Watch twins. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. Share. Right. 54, right there. 54, Mike. Quit talking about it and bring it.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And the Packers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
One of the underrated aspects of Davante Adams' game is his toughness. He had to battle his way through injury last year, and while his numbers may have dipped, he was still the #1 target for the Green Bay Packers and their quarterback, Aaron Rodgers, and still one of the best receivers in the league.
And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Alvin Kamara, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Packers add on to their lead. He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was, and when you mentioned the option, most people think the quarterback's not going to keep the ball. You know, in the NFL, that's usually not the recipe for being around too long. So when you do keep it, it often surprises the heck out of a defense.
And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, you know, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. On 1st down, it's Gurley. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
Gurley, the ball carrier.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Ryan. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
19 yards.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score.
Check 26, check 26.
Throwing now, Ryan on 1st down. And yet again, Ryan is intercepted. Kevin King with a pick, and he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Now it's Kamara in the passing game. And despite the good footwork, he'll be hit and dropped shy of the 45. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
It's caught inside the 25. 27 yards there, a first down. I guess, Charles, sometimes when you have a receiver well over 6 foot, you do that. Just put it up there, let him grab it, and he did.
And it certainly appears like a 50-50 ball, right? We always talk about that one. Both sides have a chance to get it, the receiver.
And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Dante Fowler just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Intended for Robert Tonyan. Incomplete. Brings up third down and 17.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Working from the gun, Rodgers. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And he's got his man. Touchdown, Green Bay. It's Allen Lazard. Allen Lazard in the final seconds of the first half. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. He's got it, and it's 17-0.
Makes the score Packers 17. Falcons nothing.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. Fielded in the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, so it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. Oh, and miscommunication on the lateral. The ball's out, and I think he was able to get back on it. He was. So they will get the ball after all, but that could have been a disaster.
I didn't do this in college, but I did it in high school. When you return kicks and you lose it yourself, the panic that goes through you and the determination to get the ball back, I don't even know how to describe it. And I think we just saw an example there.
And the relief when you get it back like he did.
Yeah, you go to the sidelines, you know you're going to get yelled at, but you can handle it because you got the ball back.
The second quarter starts off with a bang as they snag over 30 yards. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. That's one they certainly wish they had back. A loss of 8. They tried to run the counter, just that the defense wasn't fooled.
And when they're not fooled, you see the end result, because what you're doing there, you mentioned the counter. You're using your offensive linemen sometimes to pull or move to influence the defensive front to go in that direction and create the space back in the other side and block it appropriately. But you're exactly right. Didn't move him, sat there waiting for him and made the play.
Rodgers on target there to Lazard. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
First down. First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
From down at the 12, it's first and 10. From the gun, it's Rodgers. This will be caught at about the 5. Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Brings up second and
I remember when Alan Lazard came out of Iowa State, many questioned his speed and wondered if he could separate from defenders downfield. He got pressed into action in the middle of last year due to injury for Green Bay and wound up second on the team.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Alvin Kamara, his second touchdown of the night. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. And the lead is now 24.
makes the score Packers 24.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken in the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Following the penalty, it's Gurley. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. 2 yards on the pickup. It'll be second down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Ryan. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Trying to disrupt Julio Jones there, the intended target. A little too close, got the flag thrown.
I'm not sure anyone can cover Julio Jones one-on-one for very long without getting their share of pass interference calls. His size, his speed, his physicality makes it almost impossible to do.
Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
It's a game.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Operating from the gun, Ryan, and this is incomplete. Samaje Perine, the intended target, and it's 3rd and short. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
And 1 yard to go.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now it's Ryan. And they'll set up the screen to Gurley. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down. The Falcons send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. For the Falcons. Tremendous return there, 39 yards. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second-half blowout material.
They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 43-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now Rodgers. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
That's going to be caught. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. A very solid gain of 27.
Only the Titans converted more red zone opportunities into touchdowns than the Packers last year, and they've got an opportunity here, 1st and goal.
And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Davante Adams, his 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys continue to pour it on. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Makes the score, Packers 31. Falcons
setting down to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Fielded in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
19-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
To put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
This time Ryan will throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Here's Ryan to throw. It's an interception. Picked up by Janoris Jenkins. And they will finally stop him, but a great return. Gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used the calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks...
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Alvin Kamara. His 3rd touchdown of the game and 4th on the year. And his guys capitalize on this short field as they take it in for 6. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Makes the score, Packers 38.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working.
46.
Play action. It's Ryan. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
I think this one offensively, this is one where you just say, let's move on. Let's not even watch the game tapes from this one.
Yeah, you might just want to throw it in the trash, act like it was never there in the first place.
Yeah, just say we're good. I actually have heard of a coach in the past who took his team out to the practice field and ceremonially buried the game films from the prior game when they got clobbered. That was his way of putting it behind them.
And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now fourth down. The Falcons send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. And it's fielded at the 34. Well, a solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Now a play fake here on first down. That's taken in by the tight end, Josiah DeGuara. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Quite the turnaround from a week ago where he threw 4 interceptions. He hasn't had an interception this game, and he told us during the week, my goal, goose egg. He's achieving that so far.
And what we're seeing is a guy that you can win with, all right?
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A 12-yard touchdown run. And the Packers are pouring it on. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. Saying, all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit, being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
The last run got 3, now here's 2nd and 7. Ryan looking deep for Julio. And that's caught inside the 30.
Ryan's pass.
A big play there, Ryan to Jones. And even 50 yards. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
Now they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12. Off the play fake. Here's Ryan. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is caught. Boy, how about that one? He reeled it in one-handed for a touchdown. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give him credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0.
His kick is
you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Taken in the end zone. Oh, what a move. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They're in control here as they start 1st and 10 and appearing to have righted the ship following that 2-game losing streak. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
47.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks, but doesn't matter what you call a position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Grady Jarrett making his presence felt. He gets the sack. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed.
He's got a man complete. 30, the 20. 10, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. They seemingly just continue to score at will, and as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win, but one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them, because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ball game.
Fielded in the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
5-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again. Ryan going right back to Jones. This time the connection made. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, You're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guy. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. A gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Now this time Rodgers will throw. That's caught. It's Robert Tonyan, the tight end. And he is going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd. Now Kamara. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
Following the penalty, it's Kamara. Pretty nice, aggressive run there before being brought down just inside of the 30. That's a gain of 6 on the first down run.
Brings up
frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
Tonyan, incomplete. A.J.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Just like that. Check. Fresno going. Fresno. Kelly. Some left. Kelly. Check safety.
On the counter, here's Kamara. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're